There was a row of shacks. There was a small fence that separated the black people who worked on the plantation from the white people. They lived in the exact same shacks. They got the exact same pay. And my grandfather was a carpenter. And one day when my grandmother's sitting on the porch shelling peas, my dad and his brothers are out in the front yard playing. The owner of the plantation had called to say he wanted my grandfather to make him some furniture. So he was coming by to pick him up to go to the sawmill to pick up the right kind of wood. And when my grandfather went to jump on the truck, he slipped. The truck rolled over his chest and killed him, with my dad and, his wife and all of them in the front yard watching it. They buried him, and 2 weeks later, the owner of the plantation called my grandmother and said, "You have no one left to work. Your older children are fighting World War II, so we need to take back the shack and put them on the streets." And my dad dropped out of school in 10th grade, worked 3 jobs, got a place for my grandmother and his 2 brothers to stay and go to work, and then raised 5 children. My dad was white, okay? Realization is there have been injustices for years. There have been injustices that said no Italian, no Irish need apply. Growing up Lebanese, they had a name for us that I'm not going to, but it was the N word preceded by sand. That's what we were called. No, we weren't allowed in the clubs and we weren't allowed in all this stuff. To think that 7 generations later, we need to make reparation. I'm the 2nd generation of an all but slave. I work with young children who are sold into human trafficking. On any given night, there are 20,000 underage children in the United States being sold for sexual purposes. Here in the United States, where you can lose your college tenure as a professor if you use the wrong pronoun, and we're letting 20,000 juveniles be sold for sexual purposes. And when we rescue them, no one's talking about reparation. No one's talking about providing for them. No one's offering $1.2 million and a free house. What don't we get? What don't we get about all those people who think socialism is the end-all and the be-all? Don't they realize in socialism the first thing they had to do was destroy religion? And the government became the religion? And in all forms of socialism, the mass murders, the genocides by the Stalins, by the Hitlers, by the Gaddafis, the mass murder of people, what don't they get? And what don't our leaders get who are trying to promote it in the name of diversity, equity, and inclusion? Your eyes can't see, your ears don't hear, and you're not willing to look at the history that has destroyed us. And that's where we're headed. That's where we're headed. I'm going to go back to the first segment and say the most important thing we can do is restore family life and faith. For those of you who are raising children, let them know how important family life and faith is. For those of you who are raising children who are Catholic, let them know how important the Eucharist is. Let them know that God is with us. Let them know God is here for us. If we're going to rebuild a church and a country, it's not coming through the legislative process, and it's not coming through the Electoral College. It's coming from the bottom up, when our eyes see, our ears hear, and we return to the Lord. Thank you for being with us. May God bless you each and every day.
The GMC Sierra with hands-free driving. Yeah, it rocks. Or dig 0.9% APR plus over 1,200 trade assistance and no monthly payments for 90 days on Sierra 5.3-liter V8 light-duty models.
At Big Wheels Travel Center, the fun and excitement are just around the corner in Bayou Blue. Big Wheels is open 24 hours a day and features 24-hour security, clean restrooms, and a wide selection of beer, soft drinks, and chips for all your needs. While you're there, visit the casino for daily cash prizes and drink specials 7 days a week. You'll get the feeling as if you're in a lush Vegas-style casino. Big Wheels also has one of the largest subways in the area. So stop by Big Wheels Travel Center, where everyone's a winner.
Hi, I'm Martin False, the owner of HTV, and I just wanted to thank my team because each and every day we come in not always looking for the negative stories. We look for the positive stories. We have so many positive people and events that shape our area. So when you're tired of all the bad things happening in the world, tune into HTV for a little positive attitude. Thanks for viewing, and thanks to a great staff.
I've led a very active life, so when I hurt my back, I was determined to get better. I got to run around with different doctors, which is kind of hard when you can't walk. After months of agonizing pain, I finally called the Headache and Pain Center. Staff treated me like royalty. After a couple of treatments, I told Dr. Ponda, put me on TV so I can tell everyone I'm Cecil Melanson and I'm still pain-free. If you're in pain, call Headache and Pain Center first.
Your spine care specialist.
Domestic violence is daunting, and the psychological effects can do enduring damage. Obviously, all abuse needs to end. But how? The Terrebonne Parish District Attorney's Office is dedicated to ending domestic violence and helping those who have already experienced it. Our office supports many programs that educate and adjudicate abuse towards women. If you are a victim of abuse, call the Terrebonne Parish District Attorney's Office at 873-6500.
Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System's Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda.
Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you for being here, members of the media, bunch of Pirates employees and staff. Thank you for being here on a very special day. Brian and Patrick will jump in if I mess up the order on any of this, but very excited and honored to welcome and introduce Paul Skeens as our newest Pirate. I want to start by welcoming some folks. His mom, Karen, is here. Welcome, Karen. His dad, Craig, is here. Welcome, Craig. Matt McConnell and Michael Holloman from ISE, instrumental in helping us get to this point with Paul. Thank you for all the effort and work. Also, Mark Pieper from ISE is not here, was part of this process with us. So thank you all. A lot of people from the Pirates to thank so I can't do everybody. We just want to highlight two people in particular: Joe Delicari, who oversees our amateur scouting department, oversees our entire process of getting ready for the draft and helping us get to the right choice, which we certainly feel we made. And also Wayne Mathis, who is our area supervisor closest to Paul at LSU. So thank you to both of you. Thank you to both of them. I'll say a couple things and then we'll get going with Paul and open it up. But as we started this process earlier in the spring and we knew we had the first selection in the draft, there's a ton of effort from a lot of different people that pour into getting us into a position to make a decision. And as you go through the spring, a lot of that effort and focus is really on evaluation of Paul as a pitcher. Who is he physically, and looking at delivery and pitch qualities and certainly the performance, and learning as much as we can about Paul as a pitcher. And what Paul did this spring and has done throughout his college career speaks for itself. We're, of course, incredibly excited to add a pitcher of his caliber and talent and achievement to the organization. And just as importantly, as we get closer to the decision, we get to know Paul as a person. And this decision is certainly partly about a really talented pitcher who we think is going to help us win games out here on this field. It's also a partnership with a person. And as we got to know Paul, it just solidified for us very clearly in our minds that this is a person that we want to go into this together with. He is someone, and I'm not going to share every detail, I'll let him get into it and you can ask your own questions, but the simplest way I can say it is he is someone who not only meets challenges, but literally will pursue the hardest challenges. He does not wait for the challenges to meet him. He goes and finds them wherever they are. He could have taken much easier paths, going from high school to the Air Force Academy. He chose a hard path. He could have taken much easier paths than transferring into the SEC for his draft year. He chose a hard path, and he certainly met that and exceeded any expectation along the way. So we're thrilled, Paul, that you're a Pirate. Thrilled to work with you, get to know you even better, and congratulations again. Thank you to your family. You want pictures first, Brian?
Oh, pictures.
What's that? Pictures first? Yep.
This is the...
Turn around and one. Okay. Throw that on. You can.
Yeah, I think as this process has unfolded and obviously figuring out where I was going to be and making the decision to, come here and their decision to draft me, I'm just grateful. Grateful for having Ben and Mr. Nutting allow me to be a part of this organization, an organization that has a lot of history, a tradition of excellence. Grateful to my parents and my coaches and the support system that I've had to get me to this point, and the support system that's definitely going to help me continue in this game as long as I play. Grateful to my teammates for being with me and being on the teams that have helped me win and helping me to push me every day. Just grateful. I can't wait to win, and I'm excited to be a Pirate and. Just really, again, grateful for this opportunity and can't wait to be a part of the group that wins another World Series.
We can open up for questions.
process sometimes can drag out a while with the negotiations. You got this done relatively quickly in 10 days. Why do you think that happened and it came together this quickly?
It was a pretty easy decision to, with the organization and the people that are here. I was very comfortable wanting to come here, and it was overall a very easy offer in my opinion to take.
The new generation of Hondas are here at Barker Honda.
The all-new Accord, head of its class, miles ahead.
All-new 2023 HRV and CRV.
And Pilot, built for every driving need. Family favorite Odyssey has all new trim levels.
Go everywhere with Passport.
And the award-winning Civic.
The generation for every generation. And always remember, it's better at Barker.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
The GMC Sierra with hands-free driving. Yeah, it rocks. Ordig 0.9% APR plus over 1,200 trade assistance and no monthly payments for 90 days on Sierra 5.3-liter V8 light-duty models.
Domestic violence is daunting, and the psychological effects can do enduring damage. Obviously, all abuse needs to end. But how? The Terrebonne Parish District Attorney's Office is dedicated to ending domestic violence and helping those who have already experienced it. Our office supports many programs that educate and adjudicate abuse towards women. If you are a victim of abuse, call the Terrebonne Parish District Attorney's Office at 873-6500.
Here at South Louisiana Bank, we know the importance of working together as a team.
We're always here for you when you need a loan. By the way, here's that crawfish powder you needed. You can borrow it anytime.
So whether it's business or personal banking, we do it all. Visit our locations to find out how we can support your financial needs.
Good luck with the restaurant.
Thank you. And tell your mama thanks for the recipe. Her secret's safe with me.
I will.
South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together.
Tired of going to get a new car only be told we sold it yesterday or charged extra fees? Come on down to AJ Doman Chevrolet, South Louisiana's fastest growing Chevrolet dealership, where we make the customer our top priority.
No credit, bad credit, we can help. We say yes when others say no.
Come do business with the company that'll be here today and tomorrow. AJ Doman Chevrolet, serving the area for 38 years at the foot of the Morgan City Bridge in Berwick.
Buying Time Sports is brought to you by Terrible General Health Systems Community Sports Institute, in conjunction with Barker Honda.
Everybody, welcome back into Buying Time Sports. Harry McCullough here. It is, it's summertime, and summertime is camp time. Nichols, of course, has the big lineman camp. They have the Mannings camp, but they also have another camp. It's a pro football camp that is July the 21st at Nichols, and they're expecting around 400 athletes to come in town. It's the 16th year of the pro football camp. It is now started back in the day as just a good way to get kids out there, kind of do a combine kind of thing. Now Nichols is involved, and it's a great way to learn from a lot of great coaches and a lot of good athletes, and and show off if you can play on the next level. So here to talk about it is, of course, Coach Don Rodrigue. I appreciate it. He's going to bring in a bunch of coaches with him. David Elias is a LA orthopedic surgeon. LA Ortho is the name of your group. And of course, Brian Wallace is the special teams coach, coordinator, and defensive line coach over at Nichols. So guys, thanks so much for being here, and we appreciate it. Hey, David, let me start with you, because you and your brother started this now 16 years. Y'all missed a year because of COVID. Tell me how this camp started and how important this is now to your late brother who passed away.
So the camp was started in my first year in practice. My brother, Albert Elias, was a sports agent, and we wanted to just do a camp and really do something to give back to the community. So we started a 501c. The camp is a nonprofit organization. And I think the first year we did the camp was in 2007. He was an agent. He would bring in a lot of his current players at the time, and a lot of them were LSU players. And they would come to Nichols, and I got involved with Coach Rod. I had met him in my first year in practice, and we needed help running the camp because these players come in, they don't want to run the camp. They just want to show up. So my brother would bring his players, and Coach Rod, Coach, of course, knows every high school coach in the area. So he would get some high school coaches, and we kind of just put a camp together, and we called it the Pro Football Combine Camp at the time. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of that was at the time when combines were real popular. So we kind of did half the camp was doing combine drills, and then the other half was positional drills with the pro players and the high school coaches running it. When we first started the camp, it was, like I said, we had 80 people, and just wanted to form a camp that was affordable but high quality. And the camp grew each year. And in 2012, he passed away, and we kind of decided to keep doing the camp just to see, would it keep growing, or would it eventually wilter away? And I got involved with Nichols in 2015 with Coach Rebo, and we were always doing the camp at Nichols, and I was always like, why am I doing this camp at Nichols? I need to be doing it with Nichols. So Nichols got involved, Coach Rebo got involved, and really the camp just took off after that, because then it became a camp that was the quality of the camp just kept growing. You had Coach Rebo and his staff and all his players. You had Coach Rod continuing to grow the high school coaches. I mean, we'll have over 40 high school coaches, head high school coaches, and top assistants come coach it. And then you had all these former and current NFL players come in, also get players from LSU, UL. So we'd get some current college players too. And the camp just grew, and we've kept doing it. It's stayed a $50 camp. It stayed a community camp, and we're excited to do it again this year.
Yeah, so profootballcamp.org is the way you can sign up, and it's $50, which is a great exposure, which is, Brian, where you guys come in. So tell me where Nichols comes in on this, and how you guys work with Symmetry with this.
So we kind of coordinate the camp with the high school coaches on the drills that we're running and on the itinerary for the day. And so we get a chance to evaluate the players at the camp, but also teach the kids, football specific drills, and, with the combine aspect of it. A lot of these kids are going to camps across the state for recruiting. But when they go to these camps, they might not know how to run a 40. They might not know how to do the pro drill, which is the 5-10-5 or the L drill. So we try to give them coaching points when they go to these camps, other camps, or if they're underclassmen their next year, that they understand how to do it so they can perform better.
Yeah, that's awesome. And look, now I know they had chips in the uniforms, right? And so are we still doing combine stuff? Do we still care what a 40-yard dash is?
I think that people still do, but at the end of the day, it goes back to us as coaches is what's on the tape. What are they doing on Friday nights? So I think that part of the testing part kind of confirms that. Does he looks fast on film? Well, how fast is he?
High schools don't have the chips probably, huh?
Some of them do, but
right.
It's few and far between.
Yeah, that is great. And for you guys, you get an up close look at these kids, right?
We get to work one-on-one with them, hands-on, so we kind of get to see how they compete, how they take to coaching. We kind of they get to know us, we get to know them a little bit more, so it kind of furthers the recruiting process with a lot of these guys. And But we also get to know the local guys in the area. So I think that's big for us.
Yeah. Coach Ron, I thought you retired, man. You're going to see more players, 2,200 players between the 3 camps. You're going to do a lot of coaching over the next month or so.
Well, I do a lot of organizing. The coaching part is in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
I don't do it in the instructions. Just gathering the quality guys that they're going to go on the field and take that freshman and make them a better player.
Right.
And that's at the end of the day, that's what camps. That's our philosophy for the camps.
Right. You guys are teachers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then every coach from Terrebonne Parish, every coach, every school in Lafourche Parish will be involved with the camp. A few from St. Mary, St. James. I think I got one from Lutcher, and so on.
Great. We got another segment to go, but again, it's profootballcamp.org is the way you can get online. It's only $50. It's going to be a great camp. So everybody go online and check that out. We'll be right back with another segment right here on Bite Time Sports.
The new generation of Hondas are here at Barker Honda.
The all-new Accord, head of its class, miles ahead.
All new 2023 HRV and CRV.
And Pilot, built for every driving need. Family favorite Odyssey has all new trim levels.
Go everywhere with Passport. And the award-winning Civic.
The generation for every generation. And always remember, it's better at Barker.
BCG Services, local experts for concrete leveling and foundation repair, providing quality solutions for a variety of foundation issues. With years of experience applying Floor Shield products to both homes and businesses, you can trust our team to provide high-quality results. Call for a free consultation.
Trade assistance and no monthly payments for 90 days on Sierra 5.3-liter V8 light-duty models.